Hello. The title of today's video is I obviously it's kind of structured in a way that's kind of well, I don't know. We'll see what goes. But something that came to me was what if, when it comes to how we communicate, I find that um I don't know. What if, let me just ask you that question. So what if we just talk to each other, like I said in the title, like 2-year-olds? Now that sounds a little weird because it's like, how the fuck do you communicate to each other like your 2-year-olds? Well, think about it. It's it's almost like you're releasing all judgments, you're releasing all conditioning, all kind of belief systems, all those kind of things. And for those who are kind of new to this, it's as humans, we're conditioned to believe a certain way, believe things this way, this way, this way. And that's part of the structure of society, and that's how it is. But we're evolving now as humans. So Um, something that I wanted to pose was exactly this question because um, what if we allowed ourselves to be actually non-judgmental, non-biased, non-label? Now, probably we're wondering, like, well, how do you do that? And at the same time, there's probably people who are wondering, is that even possible? I think it takes practice, don't you? I mean, if you really process it, in the world, the way the world is shifting right now, there are those who are probably questioning themselves. There are probably those who are questioning the questioners or questioning, the fact that what's going on here. I don't understand what's going on. But I think it's surrendering. A lot of it's surrendering beliefs, surrendering identity to what we see specifically for me in my journey, language. When I say language, I don't just mean languages per se. I mean like how we express ourselves, communicate body language, facial expression, intonation, hand movements, the way we walk, the way we talk, our, little lilts here and there, the whatever. But it's all part of behavior. It's all I feel for me personally. I know this is again, that's why I'm showing this video. It's a naive thing for some of us to think that it's like, oh, we can't do that, and they're some people are wondering, where's the science in all this stuff? Well, look, that's what I would say. But I can only speak for myself that when it comes to languages, um, I want it to be as natural as possible. I mean, when I say natural, I see this all the time. I look up videos on language acquisition, and the common one is called comprehensible input, but it's more than all these concepts and theology and theories and all those things. But because we like to quantify things as humans, we like to just look at it from just putting it in a box. There's a reason for those boxes, so we can't ignore that. But at the same time, there's something else beyond. Don't you feel that instinctively? Right? So what if we just did that? What if we just allowed ourselves to be childlike? What if we just allowed ourselves? I had this one video that I made about childlikeness, and person most likely did not read or did not watch the video, did not even intentionally see where I was coming from, and that's fine. But at the same time, they're probably, in their own little world, and that's we all do that. The point I'm making is I can only speak for myself that when it comes to, you know, I've had videos before where I talked about fluency because fluency to me is more than just feeling good about yourself and flowing and all that stuff. It's more about how you actually communicate and express yourself and have that sort of transmissionary, if that makes sense, transmitting sort of process between people. So, anyways, I just wanted to pose that. I know this seems like, yes, a naive video, and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but do I or don't I? Are you sure I don't know what I'm talking about? Are you sure you don't know what you're talking about? So it is personal. It's relative. But in my experience, at least for me growing up, I've had issues and concerns and, worried that people might not understand what I'm talking about or that they don't understand me because, I'm not exposed completely to, I grew up with parents and culture where they code switch all the time. Code switching is an adaptation. The way I've seen it, the way I've observed it, and yes, I've read up on it, that code switching happens because there's an incomplete processing of acquiring two languages or more. There's a kind of a break. There's this sort of like gap. There's this you just broke off, right? So, but I don't know. I just want to pose that out there. And I'm making these videos, I'm posing it out there because I do want change, but I'm also not going to impose it. So I'm posing these questions. So I'm making these videos. Anyways, um, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later. That's all for now.